Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Chef Vic Cuisine. Today, we're making cheese bourekas. Now, bourekas are much easier to make than you think, and you're gonna find out how to do that in this recipe. And this cheese filling is absolutely delicious. And so without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so to get this thing started, we're going to make our filling for the bourekas. So in a medium-sized bowl, we want to add in a third cup of whole milk ricotta cheese, half a cup of feta cheese crumbled, and a third cup of creamy Havarti cheese. We're also going to add one large egg, as well as a large pinch of salt and a large pinch of black pepper. Mix these ingredients together thoroughly with a fork, breaking up all the larger pieces. And don't be afraid to use a variety of cheeses in your bourekas. Mixing and matching different types of cheeses will give your bourekas a unique and delicious flavor. And if you want, you can always add a little bit of spice to your bourekas by mixing in some chili flakes, cumin, or even a touch of harissa. I've even added some greens to my bourekas, such as spinach or herbs, which will not only add flavor, but also make them look more colorful and appetizing. But today I'm just going to show you how to make a standard cheese boureka. Now, to prepare the bourekas themselves, we want to allow the phyllo dough to defrost at room temperature for about 2 to 3 hours before using it, making sure that the dough is still covered in plastic or else it'll dry out. And now we want to carefully unroll the dough, and each boureka we're going to make will use 2 sheets of phyllo dough. And this recipe will create enough servings for 12 cheese bourekas, so we're going to need about 24 sheets of phyllo dough. Now, most sheets come in different sizes, but we want to aim for about a 4-inch wide by 10 to 12-inch long strip to create our bourekas in. So we're going to start with one phyllo sheet placed on a clean flat surface, and we're going to cover the remaining phyllo sheets with plastic as well as a lightly damp paper towel to prevent the dough from drying. And on this first sheet of phyllo dough, we want to brush on a thin layer of melted unsalted butter over the entire sheet. We're now going to place another sheet over top of this, and the butter between them will cause them to stick together. We're also going to brush another thin layer of unsalted butter on top of this. In total for this recipe, we're going to need about 1/4 to half a cup's worth of unsalted butter that's been melted. Now, depending on the size of your phyllo sheets, you want to cut accordingly, but you want to create what I mentioned earlier, those 4-inch wide by 10 to 12-inch long strips. The sheets I bought were about that same length and just double the size, so all I had to do was cut them in half. And now you want to add 1 tablespoon's worth of the cheese filling and place it on the bottom edge of one of the strips. You now want to take a corner of the dough and fold it over the filling, creating a triangle covering the filling. You want to continue to fold the triangle along the length of that dough strip, creating more layers of triangles until the strip is completely wrapped around the filling. And it'll be similar to folding a flag. And we want to repeat this for the remaining filling and the phyllo dough. Now, in a small bowl, we want to whisk together 1 large egg yolk, as well as 1 tablespoon of water to create an egg wash. And we want to use this egg wash to brush a light layer onto each boureka. And for final touches, we're going to garnish them with sesame seeds. We're going to bake these at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 176 degrees Celsius for about 18 to 20 minutes or until they turn golden brown. And once they reach that color, we want to remove them from the oven and let them cool for a few minutes before diving in. We don't want to burn our tongues by biting into a boureka straight out the oven. But once they've cooled down a bit, they're ready to be served and enjoyed. And just like that, you've made cheese bourekas right at home. For some variations to this recipe, instead of shaping your bourekas into triangles or even squares, you can try rolling them up in a spiral shape. That'd be a fun and unique way to present these bourekas. And also, you want to serve these bourekas with a delicious dipping sauce. I can recommend tzatziki or even a yogurt-based sauce to really take them to that next level. And for mixing and matching those shapes, try inviting some friends over and having a bureka making party. Not only will you have fun together, but you can also make a variety of burekas with different flavors and shapes. But when you do try this recipe, be sure to tag me at Chef Vic Cuisine or hashtag Chef Vic Cuisine so I can see your great takes on this dish. As always, this recipe and many more can be found in my cookbook, Chef Vic Cuisine Volume 3, Upgrading Your Inner Chef. And it's available on Amazon, and I'll be sure to leave a link to that in my description box. And feel free to click the pop-up on your screen for more information on that as well. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this recipe, and if you did, make sure to smash that like button for me. It's one of the best ways to help out the channel. And if you're new to the channel, my name is Victor, and welcome to Chef Vic Cuisine. It's my goal to release new recipes each and every week that you can make for yourself, your family, or your friends. So if that sounds good to you, make sure you hit that subscribe button too. And sharing is caring, so if you think someone else will enjoy this recipe just as much as you did, feel free to share this with all your family and friends. And stay tuned for next week where we have another banger of a cheese recipe, broccoli and cheddar soup. I'm telling you, I'll make you a believer out of this recipe, no doubt. It's so easy and it tastes incredible. Well, thank you all again so much for watching. I truly appreciate all this support. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. You can always check out some more recipes on my page now. YouTube thinks you'll like this video, so let's see if they're right. And I'll catch you next time on another episode of Chef Vic Cuisine. And until then, peace.